5 reasons you should quit your job. We're not going to dive into the how, but we're just going to dive in why. For most of my life, I have been an entrepreneur. I've been juggling countless tasks on a daily basis, so much so that my late arrivals at home for dinner often disappoint my wife. But I want to take and think back to a moment in which I was younger, working for a corporation that wasn't suitable for me, but it paid well. I would be counting down the moments until 5 o'clock, and as an escape, I would take long bathroom breaks. I would sneak off to the bathroom and just kill time. And mind you, this is before the era of the smartphone with the infinite distraction devices and the games and the Angry Birds or TikToks and other things like that. And now that I think about it, I'm curious if my coworkers actually thought I had some kind of digestive issue with the amount of times and how long I was taking on my bathroom breaks. Thankfully, youth was on my side, and I was able to find another job that was better fit for me and didn't result in me trying to hide out in the bathroom just to watch time tick away. But most of the people that I work with or connect with also have this same feeling of entrapment in their work. And many times that's why they're seeking coaching. They aspire to break free from their jobs. I gotta tell you, these are not mundane, low-paying jobs. These individuals are in high-paying positions, 6 and 7 figures, yet they feel like time is slipping through their fingers. Let me give you a real-world example of how I see this playing out. Booking a vacation. What happens is anxiety starts to mount as the vacation starts getting closer and closer, because this person knows that they're going to have to race and get so many things done before they go on vacation. So they're already high stress, high anxiety of the vacation that they're going to be going on with their family. When they're actually on vacation, you guessed it, they're on their phone, they're checking emails, their text, they're stealing away precious moments from their family, their kids swimming in the ocean, swimming in the pool, zip lining, doing whatever it is. And what they should be doing is spending that time with them. They're slave to their job and is pulling them away from there. And then what happens? The spouse, their partner's looking at them and glaring at them with the evil eye of, why are you on your phone? Why are we even on vacation if you're on your phone? You get upset about that. And then what happens is you come back from the vacation, you're exhausted, and also you have a tremendous mounted amount of work that you now have to catch up on. And so what happens is they're like, I hate going on vacation. They don't even want to do this. So maybe that resonates with you. Maybe that resonates with you because you don't love your job. You don't love what you're doing, but you also see time is so precious. So I'm going to give you these 5 compelling reasons why you should quit your job. Number 1, health. Oftentimes this triggers on a health scare that some people quit their job. They realize life's precious and fragility. Sometimes that health scare causes people to realize, I don't actually like my job. So if you could quit your job, you would actually have a lot more time to maintain your health. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people that I coach or work with, I'm working 60, 70, 80 hours, 100 hours a week. I have no time to work out. I can't prepare the meal. I'm grabbing food on the go, eating fried food. I'm traveling, going through airports, eating crappy food. So if you quit your job, you'd have time to exercise, to play pickleball, journal, to meditate, eat and prepare these nutritious meals. Think about that. If you were only given months left to live, would you spend it working? Probably not. Number 2, family. As a father of 3, it blows my mind how friggin' fast time goes, especially related to watching my kids grow up. 95% of the in-person time spent with our kids is from the ages of 0 to 18. The remaining 5% is spread out over the remainder of your life. Almost every one of them cites family of the people that I work with of the primary reason why they want to quit their job, because they can see that their years are ticking by and they only have a few precious years left with their kids until they're that 18 years old. Number 3, regret. Bronnie Ware's book, Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, sheds light on some of the common regrets of those that are facing life's end. The reality is that regret weighs heavier than failure. None of the individuals wish that they had spent more time working. Not one. Every single one of them was, I wish I would have pursued my dreams. I wish I would have spent more time with friends and family. I wish I would have embarked on the adventures, pursued the thing that I was afraid of because of the failure. I wish. And so what happens is regret becomes huge. So let's jump into number 4, happiness. What is your source of happiness? If your job fulfills you and gives you joy, consider yourself fortunate. Because in 2019, there was a study done that said 66% of Americans were unhappy or unfulfilled in their job. That's 2/3. 2 out of every 3 people are unhappy or unfulfilled in their jobs. And I have a speculation that number's probably surged post-pandemic. Remember this, you are the captain of your ship. You have the power to steer it in the direction that brings you happiness. What is it that brings you happiness? And number 5, purpose. When you move up Maslow's hierarchy of needs, maybe you've seen that. The triangle is the first little levels, survival, and then of comforts, and then self-actualization. You get to a thing of what is the purpose of life? Why am I here? Oftentimes people earlier in their career don't have time to figure out what is their purpose because they're too busy trying to survive and get their basic needs met. But once you've moved up that level to then allowed some time and some space to think about purpose, what I've found, there's a shocking amount of people that are depressed that have high levels of success. How many wealthy people do you know that are unhappy? That's where that whole adage of money doesn't buy you happiness is, because the reality, just because you have money doesn't make you happy. Seeing the ability to unlock unlimited levels of happiness is actually using your purpose. And so taking your God-given talents and using them in the service of others. And many times your job is getting in your way of allowing you to use your purpose to the service of others. So I'm going to finish out with a quote that I think was striking or relevant. A salary is the drug they give you to forget your dreams. Kevin O'Leary of Shark Tank. So in conclusion, there's a ton of reasons why you should still keep working, but there's an equal, if not a greater number of reasons of why you should consider leaving. I'm not advocating for the dramatic, I quit, exit tomorrow, but I encourage you to reflect upon these reasons that I have listed and imagine an alternate universe, maybe like Doctor Who or the Spideyverse or whatever one of those movies, but an alternative universe of where you get to choose your own adventure and live life by your own rules. This weekend, dedicate some time to some introspective, to some studying. Ask yourself, what would life look like if you didn't have the constraints of a job? Embrace this challenge, engage in the exercise, journal, meditate, and just fantasize about that. And then think about it. What would you want and what would you put in your life if you didn't have a job? So I encourage you to go down that journey of living your life of your dreams. If you're interested in this or more insights or things on how to do that, that's what I share in my podcast. That's what I share in my newsletter. That's where we're sharing a lot of other content. You can find that. There's probably some links down below, but subscribe to the newsletter. These passive wealth tips and tricks. Go to passivewealth.com where you can find more information about that. But this is what we do, is we share some information of how you can quit your job, even though these are the 5 reasons of why you should quit your job. Look forward to connecting up with you, hearing more about your journey and what your alternative version of the world would look like if you pursued your dreams.